Friday afternoon. This Pittsburgh Pride Post is coming to you live from Baldwin, and we are getting set to head up to Tionesta to the Firefly Festival. We is me and the Sarahs. This is my first time traveling in the RV, so that should be really interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice to get away and see what the festival has to offer. Everybody needs to take a break. I need to take a break from blogging for a couple days because, yeah, it's just become really hard lately. So I'll be back, I promise, next week, and I'll probably do some videos and things. So, well, that's it. Take care. So remember in the 70s and 80s, all those shows with RVs? This reminds me of that a little bit, except it's modern. I have no idea. It's the Thor series, Quantum SE. It's like 5 million feet long, and it's got 2 bedrooms, bathroom, and some little like twin bunk beds. We're taking a car for driving purposes. Apparently that is the hardest part of this, is hooking up the car, and I'm of no use to that because yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with any of that. So I wonder about Gertie. You see there's windows. That's really nice. Sarah tells me this is a hotel on wheels, so I'm looking forward to that experience. I've got my coffee and my water, and we'll be ready to roll soon. I've returned to the land of my youth, the suburbs. I grew up in West Mifflin. I was born in Upper St. Clair, lived in Mount Lebanon, Baldwin, and now I'm back in Baldwin. And you can see, this reminds me so much of my childhood. None of the houses blend. People are really nice here. They all say hello, and a little bit different than living in the city. There's decorations. Having an air conditioning vent in front of your house would never happen in Manchester. Pinwheels, of course. We'll cross the street from the bus depot, and that's some sort of school. Lawns, clover. It's all taken me back from my cement jungle that I live in now. Although I have a lot of property in the back that's grassy, so I just don't get the appeal of this fence. I love having like a picket fence or a porch, but that's not what really this is. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Hi, it's 5:37 on Friday, and we have arrived at the Tionesta Rec Camping Ground Place. I am guarding the RV. Well, Sarah disconnected the car. We towed Sarah's car behind it so we could drive around. And after this, we are going to get to have the fun of watching Sarah back the RV back into the space. Then we're lighting a fire, and we're going to make mountain pies, which I haven't had since wow, Girl Scouts. What? Sarah just reported to me that the people across the street are lesbos, as she put it. So we are in good company. We did not get lost. We are going to do something Firefly-like tonight, and looking forward to updating you all soon on what it's like up here in Forest County, Tionesta. So I don't know if there's a saying for lightning, but I'll have to figure it out. Talk to you later. This is Sue Kerr reporting to you live from Forest County, where I am now working hard to set up the camper. I decided that since I don't actually know anything about this process, that I'll just stand back and observe. I'm in glimpse of a lesbian in the wild hooking up the sewage system. And, you know, it just doesn't get more fancy than this, folks. You should, granted, when you go to a hotel, you don't normally hook up your own toilet, but this is your taxpayer money at work. Pretty exciting. This is a black thing that does something. And apparently we're soon to see the camper magically open. So I'll be sure to catch that live. Oh, look at that. We've got sliding. There are 2 bunk beds in there, and I was wondering how you actually access them. That is very much below my expectations of coolness. However, I'm sure I'm going to love it because I'm sleeping on the kitchen table, and not in a sexy lesbian movie kind of way, but all right. That's it now, reporting from the Firefly Festival. This is Sue Kerr reporting from Tionesta at the public campgrounds sponsored by the state, and I've just discovered that I'm actually glamping, which thank God. I'm very excited about that. This is a retractable awning. It's tilted so the water runs off. I'm going to teach you a lot of glamping tips. I'm hoping that the person with the champagne and strawberries stops by soon, but it doesn't look good. Reporting live to you from Tionesta. This is Sue Kerr. This is Sue Kerr reporting from Tionesta for Pittsburgh Pride Days. It's part of our glamping experience. We are now eating bread, cheese, and pasta sauce. Slammed into it some sort of like andiron and served on a plate like a grilled cheese. It is the most delicious thing. It reminds me of Girl Scouts. And I would give it a thumbs up. But we're going to try to do some more versions and see what happens. I'll report later. Hi, it's Sue from Pittsburgh Lesbian Correspondence, reporting to you from the Firefly Festival in Tionesta, PA. Tonight we took a drive down Route 666, I kid you not, and to a viewing spot at a different campground. There were just hundreds of fireflies. I got a little bit of a clip, but it's so hard to describe just how amazing it is. I'm really glad that we came, nice and relaxing, having a good time, and tomorrow we're going to have pancakes, go to the festival itself, and then go back out to see fireflies. So I'm looking forward to updating you on that, and thanks for watching. Hi, this is Sue from Pittsburgh Lesbian Correspondence, reporting in from the literal Firefly Festival in Tionesta, PA. And I will put some photos up. And so I got a Tionesta Firefly Festival t-shirt from 2018 on sale for $10. Not sale, donation. Then I had to go find an ATM because I didn't have any cash. Why would I think about that? And I talked to Mike at the metal display, and then he sent me over to Heaven's Gate, which is a little scary, but she sent me down the street. Everyone calls it a math machine. Then I went down the street. She told me it was behind the bank, but I couldn't find the bank, so I went to the hardware store. And Jimmy is working in the hardware store, and he said he wasn't sure, which is ironic because it ended up being right next door to the hardware store. But anyway, I left the hardware store, and I found a lady cutting her grass. Her name is Lois, and she told me where to go. And I went back, and I finally saw the drive-up part for the bank, and that was my clue. So it was a long journey. Meanwhile, the Sarahs have no idea where I'm at. But it's really nice here. The guy at the main exhibit park told us all the places to go to see the lightning bugs tonight, so I think we're going to have a really good time. And it's a lot of fun. Little shops. Interesting people set up, these are little stores, not just kiosks or whatever. And we got our faces taken in the little lightning bug thing, firefly. So I think overall it's a cool thing. Sarah's went somewhere. I'm just recovering from my gallop around the town. Now we're trying to decide if there's actually a place to eat that has some vegetarian options besides mac and cheese and french fries. I'll let you know. Sue Kerr reporting from the Firefly Festival for Pittsburgh Lesbian Correspondence. Hi, this is Sue Kerr reporting to you from Tionesta, PA, where we are attending the Firefly Festival at the end of June. It's a pretty hot event. There are guided tours that sell out in March, so we're doing self-guided tours. Tonight we'll be heading down Route 666. Yes, yes, that is true. And setting up to sit and watch the fireflies display themselves to us. It's been a pretty good day. We went to the festival earlier, and then sorry about that interruption. I had a memory issue. Now inside the RV where we've been staying this weekend. We're going to be heading out soon to see the fireflies after dusk, and that's pretty much it. We found this cool little place to have lunch, and I had prime rib, which wasn't something I would normally eat on vacation, but then I had a drink, and my tab was less than $30. It was just crazy. Then for fun, Sarah dragged us to a antique store, which ended up being actually pretty fun. It was amazing. I think there were 87 rooms in this building, and each one had more and more wild stuff. So I didn't buy anything. I was tempted, but I didn't. And we've been chilling now. We ate s'mores for dinner, and we'll be going to the festival, and then tomorrow we're getting up, heading back to Pittsburgh. So I'll probably report to you at least one more time. And I do want to say that, getting out into parts of Pennsylvania where you don't necessarily always go. I'm looking for this. Here, let me switch that. This is my tote bag that I use as a purse in the summer. And I was carrying it. Someone said to me, "Hey, I really like your bag." And then I saw some other kids, I assume kids, I would say young teens or whatever, they were really excited about my bag too. So you just never know where you can put up a sign that's significant to people. I wish I had some stickers with me. I would have given them to, at least to the person who spoke to me. I've decided that life in the RV world is okay. I'm sleeping on the dining room table, which is kind of wild, and trying to remember all of the rules. I've hit my head about 27 times. That may explain some things. But I will be streaming from the event tonight. I'm trying to like make a segue so it covers the fact that I messed up. I will be filming from there tonight, and then trying to get these up when we have a chance to have access to the internet. That is something that the Pennsylvania Parks Department does not seem to value, is connection to the internet, much to their shame and my regret. We should have studied up on lightning bug photographic.
How to photograph lightning bugs?
Yes.
I mean, I don't remember over there.
You need a tripod and a...
Yeah.
This is Sue Kerr reporting live from my final day at the Firefly Festival, although technically it was yesterday, because today all we're doing is going home. So I woke to a lovely handmade breakfast of bagels and jelly, and then I discovered that I folded all my blankets the wrong way, but they were corrected. And now I have been instructed to stay the hell out of the way while we get the RV ready to go home. So that's what I'm doing, drinking my coffee. This is instant coffee. I didn't think I would like it, but I do. Yesterday was interesting. Last night we went to this woodsy area to see the fireflies, and it was really cool, but I started to have a panic attack because somebody said that there were snakes nearby, and we didn't use that word. We don't use that word, but I was like, I went and stood next to this little kid and a dog because I felt safe, like their parents would protect them from snakes, and probably me too. But it was not good. Then I got turned around. Then I turned my phone light on so I could see, and some little, missy yelled at me. And I didn't think of a good thing to say in response to her until like hours later, as you do. And then Sarah came and rescued me, and we went back and stood on a bridge like, civilized people do. But they were really cool. Couldn't get them on camera very well. Sarah got a great shot. And overall, I would say the trip is a success. I got stuck in my bed last night because in the kitchen table bed, I couldn't get over the edge. I was a little worried that I was going to have to wake up the Sarahs to pull me out of bed. But I figured it out. So they should really put a strap on those things. But let me give you one last glimpse of the campgrounds. There's the fast driver people who I think have a dog. This is the woodsy area that is actually real woods. These are the people with the truck who never said anything to us. There's a different RV, but notice that they have a truck and a driven RV, which means they must have two drivers. This is, I can't remember the name, Camp Wilderness, Woodsy Familiarness, Woodsy something. There's a guy over there who is really cool. Trees, nice picnic area, fireplace, or a fire pit, I guess, where I had my fair share of s'mores. There's the car. They're going to put the car on the back of the RV, and we're going to drive home, which is really actually kind of nifty because I'm not driving. And, it's a really nice morning. So had a great weekend. I would definitely say it was a success, and I am glad that I came. I probably could only do one more day, especially after that snakes incident. But I guess I should. I'm kind of drowsy, so. So this is Sue Kerr reporting live from, well, I'm not really live. I'm live right now, but I won't be live when you see this. That always struck me. Anyway, maybe I'll do a quick breakdown on the road, but I'm going to go in and drink my coffee. See you later.